for this one, all this characteristics is in this graph. F of 1 is 3. So at 1, I have a height of 3. That's the only coordinate I have for this graph. The slope at 1 is 0. So at this point, the slope is 0. So you have a flat green line. At 2, the slope is negative 3. So at 2, my slope is negative 3. At 0, my slope is positive 3. So at 0, my slope is positive 3. At 5, my slope is 0. And at 7, my slope is 2. So all those characteristics need to be in a graph. It's a multiple choice question. Make sure you can look and find one that has all those characteristics. This answer for this particular free response question can be a whole bunch of different answers. All those characteristics have to be embedded in it. It's not as good of a question for a free response. This one, this is the original equation. I want to make a tangent line equation parallel to this. So the first thing, you have to make this, got it right here? First thing, you have to change this equation, and notice the slope is 3. Because if this equation is going to be parallel to this equation, don't the slopes have to be the same? Parallel means same slopes. So you make this equation, found the slope is 3. Then you derive this one, correct? And don't you want your derivative here to equal 3, to be parallel? If they're parallel, you want the derivative equal to this derivative. So see right here, I put 3 in for y prime. When I solve this, it gets kind of ugly. I get 2 answers, and it's the square root of 1/8 plus or minus. So there's 2 possibilities. Now, when I plug in that into this equation, wait, what did I plug it into? Not that equation. I got this answer. Do you see how I plugged it back into the original equation because I had to find y? This is x. These are the x values where you have a slope of 3. Now you got to find the y value because for an equation you need a y, an x, and a slope. So I plug this back into my original. I had to plug the positive one. When you plug it in, you get this because this right here is your y value. When you plug all this in, this is what you get. It's kind of ugly, but if you got it, you could get a decimal for this. When you then plug in your x value, you plug in your slope. That's the equation of a tangent line. Very ugly, but it works. Kind of freaky.